All right, let's get straight into it. So I'm going to do it in order of chapters. These collectibles are based on chapters. So we're going to do that from chapter 1, and at the end we'll do a read through of the entire book or whatever it is. Okay, so number 1, we want to go to this location, sort of on the shore. It's in the rocks. And yeah, just look for this boat when you get out there. And yeah, there it is, right there. Alright, so chapter 2 is, yeah, not that far away. It's a bit of a, yeah, not actually, don't know how to explain where this is, but it's still over by the water. And again, it's sort of on the beach, shore. I don't know if you call it a beach. It's a lot rocky. But yeah, just look for this section over here. And there it is there in the rocks with the seaweed. Alright, chapter 3 is over where there's a castle on the water there. Not the one we've got to build. This is another castle that's already built. And yeah, you can see you've got to go across the water. There's a little bridge, there's a boat over there, and there's the castle wall, and just in the rocks again. Always in the rocks by the look of it. Alright, chapter 4 is sort of on the port here. If you go straight to Alistair, however you say his name, yeah, just jump straight to him and literally turn to your left, and there it is over there in some fishing net. Alright, chapter 5 is further along the coast there. Again, what looks like a beach, a very rocky beach. And it's right near the water this time, just sitting out in the middle of nowhere. Alright, chapter 6. Again, we are on the port this time. There's a building here. I don't know what the building's called, but it's a big building. Yeah, and if you're just on the back of it, there's a forklift here and some probably fish crates, whatever. And just over here in the nets, the lobster traps or crab traps, whatever they are. Alright, chapter 7 now. We're talking about sort of at the bottom or the middle of the map, somewhere around there, where this river is. There is a building here, which is a water wheel. Which, I'll show you now, so you can see there's the water wheel. And just beside it, again, in the rocks. I can't get it from this side though. It wouldn't give me the collectible, so I had to actually go around the other side of the rock, and then I could grab it. Chapter 8 is over, well, you can see on the map. It's over here. Again, it's by the water, and just near this waterfall. And you can see a bridge over there, and there's a stream running down, some houses, whatever, or shops. And just nestled up here where the waterfall is. Chapter 9 is, again, along that same river, but further into the middle of the map. And again, near a waterfall. Different waterfall this time. You can see a train bridge there. And again, right near the waterfall, there it is. Chapter 10 can be found in a pretty obvious place, actually. It's probably the first one I found. And it is the, I don't know what they call it in this game, but it's like Stonehenge. And if you just walk in here, you know, look around in the middle, find one of the pillars right there, and there's the bottle. Alright, chapter 11 is over on the island with the lighthouse. So you're either going to need to take the speedboat or a boat, or you can just swim across. And if you go to the left of the lighthouse formation, you'll see these little islands, a bit of sand, some rocks. There it is there with the rocks of the and some seaweed right near this old boat. And then the last one, chapter 12, can be found near a river where the this train crossing thing, which I referred to, I thought it was an aqueduct, but it's not. It has a name, people keep saying it, and I've forgotten what it is. But anyway, the train actually goes across it. You can see it there, right beside the water. Now, depending on how you've done it, because it's not necessarily the most optimum direction to take them. I've put them in order of chapters 1 to 12, but you can, you might find it easier to do them in a different order. You can either read them as you go, but if you don't, then what you want to do is you want to head back to that castle that's by the shore. And if you go into the castle, make your way up the stairs. Near the cannons, you want to turn around and go this direction. And then up these stairs. And head to this door and you'll see a floating book. If you get close enough to it, it will allow you to click read the book. And that is all the collectibles. It doesn't seem that you get paid any money this time like at previous levels. So let's actually now read the book. You can obviously skip this if you do not want to know or you want to do it yourself. First entry, here I am, Captain, I am cold now. Entrusted with a fine ship and finer crew, ready to sail beyond known waters. Strange feeling holding the helm, like wearing someone else's boots. They fit, but I'm not yet sure whose footprints I'm meant to follow in this expedition. Then again, no one leaves footprints on the sea. Tomorrow we set sail, not for trade, no, but for discovery. There's talk of unrecorded currents, lights that flicker where no lantern hangs, and beasts no nets ever hauled aboard in the deepest depths. Our employer is hungry for answers, aye, same as us. Let the sea reveal what it's kept hidden, and we'll put names to the nameless. But first I need to know the names of my crew. A ship sails better when her people aren't strangers. Second entry. I checked in with some of the crew. There's Dougal, our quartermaster, salty as dried cod. Claims he's ridden every wave in the North Atlantic. Certainly not. Young Finlay mans the sails. Barely a whisker to his name, yet bold or foolish. Enough to mouth off at Poseidon himself. Should the protector of seafarers rise on the horizon, I'll have him shoved below deck before he gets a word out. The cook and the chaplain I've yet to properly meet. Word is they've been arguing over sauerkraut since we shoved off, and not the friendly sort of debate neither. Then there's Mariana, our navigator and ship's medic. Alas, aboard makes some folk twitch, aye, but there's sound reason she's here. Studied under scholars with the Royal Society, reads both stars and scars like scripture. She does, treating both with the same precision. A few still grumble, old salt and older thinking, but none can deny her sight. She sees patterns where others see waves. That includes this ship's young captain, truth be told. Third entry. We've been 2 weeks at sea now. So far everything's gone quite splendid, barring one daft incident with sauerkraut getting tossed about the caboose. Aye, it seems there's been a right Cimarron debate in there about prosaic versus poetic literature. between the cook and the chaplain. That strange pot's been boiling over for days between those two. While that particular stew continues to bubble, I've noticed something odd. Strange discrepancies in the charts, or perhaps in the stars themselves. Mariana muttered the maps must be off, all while whispering about stars that shouldn't be where they are. She's a wee bit shaken, not by her own skill, but something else. I trust her. She's taken herself off to her quarters to study. Meanwhile, we hold the course as planned. Someone really ought to scrub the deck. It reeks of fermented cabbage, so it does. Bye. Fourth entry. We hauled the nets from deep down just past dawn, expecting the usual shallow water fish. But alas, we found something. Our first discovery, far from home after 1 month already. Kinlaig preferred tossing it right back, however. About the size of a cat, slick as wet algae on the shore, with arms like lace folded inward and a mantle that looks like a black cloak. As if it spun from the shadows in the depth, eyes too big, red and knowing for comfort, and a mouth that didn't seem built for eating. Mariana called it a cephalopod, some kind of squid, but nothing she'd ever seen. Kinlaig claims it shifted dark to darker when we spoke of it, as if it was listening. It pulsed gently in the net, as if it knew panic was beneath its dignity. It seemed intelligent. We shortly kept it in a barrel for observation and documentation, but it vanished by nightfall. Lids still tight, just faint traces of phosphorescence on the deck, like the stars had taken it, helped it back into the sea. They are certainly not helping us to stay on course, which we are not anymore. Fifth entry. Fog. Fog everywhere. Not just a mist hanging over the sea. No, this is an unsettling amount of opaque weather, like the sky itself decided to descend, or as if our creator, in a moment of inspired theatrics, was going for atmosphere, like adding a pinch of salt to a fine soup. Only instead of a pinch, he upended the whole sack and then some, right into a pot already filled with salty fish. What I'd do for an off switch, eh? Everyone aboard feels Mother Nature overdid it with the fog. Thick enough to chew, breathing feels like drinking wet cotton. If something were to rise out of the water, we'd only see it once it was kissing the hull. Which is what some men fear. We're lost in the sea of heavy clouds, grey on grey with no landmark, and strangely no sound. Not the groan of the hull, the flap of rope or gulls overhead. Everything vanished. Or are we the ones who vanished? Sixth entry. Fog still lingering, same as the stink of sauerkraut. I'll be honest, it's both a blessing and a curse that we've got way too much of the stuff. It'll keep us fed, but not sane. We're not catching anything. No fish, no current, no direction. Not much left to do, so the crew's been gathering on the deck around a cracking fire, set up in an old metal crate. It's somewhat cozy, truth be told. Stories are flying, some true, some not, and more it's hard to tell which is which. Then there's Kinlaig. The young lad's insisting he saw a gridley low crawling about on the ship's hull. Right, fresh out of Scottish fairy tales and straight out of our ship, apparently. Full of nonsense, that boy. Mariana comforted him. It was probably an octopus or squid that came visiting, she said, although she did not appear to believe that this was the case. Seventh entry. Good news, and rather confusing news as well. Fog's gone. As fast as it came, like it had never been there at all. But not before it left something behind, a rather mysterious memory. We weren't sure what time it was when we heard water splashing, like tons and tons of sea being shoved aside. The kind of sound something big makes when it rises slowly rises slow and stays risen. At first we thought whale. Had to be, but it did not come down again. We've been calling it a hallucination for lack of a better word. We made out the silhouette of what appeared to be a large structure, like a mountain of a strange form rising. We stared, all of us, long enough that nobody asked if it was real. It must have been a weather phenomenon of some sort, Mariana claimed. Maybe it was gone when we looked a second time. 8th entry. Every seafarer got stories, and instead of playing cards, their favourite pastimes, trained to out-weird each other. The game's simple. Tell a tale stranger than the last, and do it with a face so straight it might as well be carved from driftwood. That urge to claim the oddest yarn ever spun is probably why myths cling to the sea like algae to rocks. They talk about ghost ships, giant krakens, intelligent people lurking beneath the waves, but there's rarely anyone to confirm what some old weather-beaten captain that's spat out by the sea is muttering about in the darkest corner of a coastal tavern. But this time, well, our little encounter might not win prizes for drama or dread, but we had more than one pair of eyes to see it. Then again, there's not much to tell, so why tell it? 9th entry. We got to our destination where our ship is going to retire after months of our expedition. Most of the crew got off to hire with other companies as planned. Only Mariana, Kinlaig, Dougal and the chaplain and me returned home on a smaller boat. Back home, Mariana will hand over her documents of creatures to our employer, and then we'll scatter. She is pleased with our findings of seemingly unlisted sea creatures, at least to our knowledge. To be honest, we're not entirely sure how we ended up at our destination. Mariana still claims either the charts or stars were wrong, and we drifted blind for quite some time. Maybe this captain done something right without knowing it. Hopefully our voyage back home will be easier. First we catch our breath in this vibrant port town. It's warm here and people seem chipper. Also we stock up on something else but sauerkraut. 10th entry. 2 weeks on our way back home, Mother Nature seems to have found the off switch for the fog. Instead, she put a strange island in front of us. We don't even argue if it should be there or not, as it's not marked on any chart. Either all our charts are cheap fabric full of false information, or it is indeed uncharted. Royal Society's got an interest in unmapped landmasses, and the crew argues whether to approach. The island's jagged, possibly volcanic. We can hear a kind of hum from it, low and constant, like the earth itself is remembering a tune. The shoreline glints oddly as though the rocks are covered in ink, and a lot of it. With a few long weeks still ahead, Dougal and the chaplain want to land and rest. Mariana naturally wants to explore, and Kinlaig, well, he's still Kinlaig. Loud until the unknown answers back. I suppose I'll set the anchor. Who knows what we will discover. 11th entry. This page is in bad condition and not readable. It seems like ink was spilt over the page. 12th entry. So it's only me now. It seems to be a recurring theme of my last voyages, but I'm not sure how I got here. If I'm being honest, it's peaceful, I'll give it that. A nice change of scenery. No shouting, no sails to trim, no charts to argue over. Not many folk about, mostly farmers, but those I glimpse seem busy with their own affairs, and that's fine. There's a castle and the bones of another nearby. Ancient stones older than sense. It's a comforting sight, this place. After months at sea and decades before that, maybe I'm overdue for a proper rest on land. This place seems as good as any. Quiet, gentle, might even take up fishing again. For myself, this time. And that is it. Not sure what everybody got out of that, but hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, we're going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it's helped you out if you are looking for these collectibles, or you just wanted to hear the story. And yeah, don't forget to check out the rest of the channel where we're doing Let's Play on this map and plenty of other stuff on the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.